data is complete.
Friends Forever shouting out to all of our friends in the greater Montego Bay area with a Hurricane Dean prayer update. You are seeing on your screen a picture of the tracking of Hurricane Dean at 2 p.m. on August 19th, 2007. And as we look at this change and tracking as the hurricane starts heading now west toward the south coast of Jamaica, we want you to know that Friends Forever, we're near to you, and near to you in prayer. As you look at this picture recorded at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time, United States East Coast, I received a phone call from Pastor David Scruggs letting me know that the First Assembly of God in Gastonia would be praying for Jamaica and their friends in Norwood, and as you can see, the little ones praying in the Glendivan area from New Testament Basic School. As we look at this next tracking picture recorded at 8:05, I received an email from Lindsay out of Turkey Creek, Florida. Hello, Strawberry Festival fans. And Lindsay wrote these words: "We are praying right now for the weakening of Hurricane Dean, and we are believing for this hurricane to weaken, and God would protect our friends at St. Julian Basic School and the Rose Height Basic School and all the kids in Appleton Hall." Now you look at this, go back to 6:05 p.m. and go to 8:25, it looks like the eye of that storm is headed right into Kingston, and it's going to whirl the entire nation. Now remember, the storm tracking was a 4. It was a hurricane stage 4, winds whipping from 114 miles to 131 miles. But take a look at what happened now. Number 10:06 p.m. East Coast time, which would have been 9:06 p.m., a shift starts to happen as you see this picture. And now we go to the next picture, and you see that the storm is moving west away from Montego Bay, Jamaica, and now a tracking picture after the hurricane dissipated away from Kingston, Jamaica, Negril, Jamaica, and of course our dear friends in the Montego Bay, Cambridge, and Grange Hill area where Friends Forever TV is viewed. I just want to say to you, to God be the glory. The Lord has helped the people of Jamaica, and we want all of our viewing audience to know that you have friends like Pastor Dave Scruggs. You have friends like Tracy Sparrow. You have friends like Lindsay from Florida who have been praying for you, who have been believing for God's protection and provision of your life. And I certainly know before the power would go out in any homes that God's power will never, ever go out. Pastor Jeremy Yoder emailed us and wanted me to know that he was praying for our friend in Appleton Hall, Nina, a great soccer player, but also a young lady by the name of Shamisha. She's also affectionately known, her Yardie name, as Shampoo. And Shamisha, I want you to know Pastor Jeremy and the crew from Alton, Illinois, we're praying for you during this time Hurricane Dean was coming across the Caribbean. Isn't it wonderful to know Friends Forever TV, more than a TV program, more than a TV channel, reaching to Montego Bay and greater areas up in Cambridge and up into Grange Hill, praying for the nation of Jamaica. We were tracking the weather, but Shamisha, we're also tracking our prayers with God, calling upon Him. And so your friends, Pastor Jeremy and the wonderful friends in Alton, Illinois and Manchester, Maryland, they were praying for you. And some people are saying, well, who's Shamisha in Orange, Jamaica? Well, she's a wonderful young lady that goes to Calvary Temple, and I want you to see a few seconds of what Shamisha can do.
All my life spent
That was Shamisha from Calvary Temple in Orange, Jamaica. And as we're sharing with you this prayer update from Hurricane Dean, you had friends, Shamisha. Many people in the greater Montego Bay had friends forever praying for you. To God be the glory as He spares human life, as He spares a nation of what could even be greater devastation. I just believe as we're taking these moments that God's hand was touching people and God's hand was protecting people as friends forever across America and around the world. We're praying for the greater Montego Bay area. I want you also to know some friends that wrote me and let me know that they were praying. This is Pastor David Sutphin from Faith Community Church in Clayton, North Carolina. He was praying for Pastor Wagstaff and the entire congregation in Norwood, Jamaica. Turquoise Kelly, she was praying for a little girl in Appleton Hall that we call Grace. And you can see these pictures of Turquoise holding Grace. We know when Turquoise isn't physically there to hold Grace, we know God is holding Grace. We know the wonderful workers at Blossom Garden Child Care Center are holding the little ones. To Him they belong. Sometimes in the midst of the hurricane you can feel weak, but you can also know the strength of God. Other people that were praying were Katie B. God bless you, Katie, for your email to pray for friends at the West Haven home in Hanover Copse. Also, we heard from Allison Ward. God bless you, Allison, for praying and never forgetting your friends forever in Norwood. And Kim Burks was praying for some real dear ones to her heart there in Norwood and in Appleton Hall. Alicia White wrote us from Lutherville, Maryland. God bless you, Alicia. I'm so glad that you took time to pray for your friend Tamika and so many friends that you've made through the past couple years in the greater Montego Bay area. We're going to be giving you more detailed updates on our weekend edition of Friends Forever TV about some of the specific prayers. But take a look at these pictures one more time, how they began to track that early part of the day through the weather services as the eye of the storm of Hurricane Dean began to come up and began to approach Jamaica. And you see that track through, and you see it come to that critical point, and then it looks like the worst is about to come. 8 o'clock East Coast USA time, 7 o'clock Jamaica time, but yet people began to pray. Friends Forever began to pray, and you see the turn begin to take place, and you see the dissipation, and as was written into us, we're praying for God to weaken that storm. So we say to God be the glory, and we just want you to know Montego Bay, greater Montego Bay area, all of Jamaica, we're praying for you, not just when the hurricanes physically come, but when spiritual hurricanes and tsunamis can approach human life, you have friends forever that are praying for you. For Friends Forever TV and Friends Forever Ministries, I'm so glad I could share this moment with you and let you know for Shamisha and for hundreds and thousands and others, Friends Forever TV is praying for you.
Jesus, my Savior, I love you and no one above you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?